to get into the fight. Like, they're just going to be fighting, poking non-stop. And for Liquid, do they hit the RP? Do they hit the swap? If they don't, they might just get run over. So yeah, very much this is a nice little change of pace coming into this game too. And I'm excited to see it. We've not seen a lot of Magnus, honestly.
We have not. I mean, I can't wait. I hope we get some sort of big RPs coming out. We've got, RPs from one side, Black Holes from the other. A lot of huge team fight potential. So if these skirmishes are kicking off, you better be careful, both squads, about how you group up, because both offlaners, they'll be looking to punish that.
Yeah, I just had to check it. Out of all the regions in DPC, we've only seen 6 Magnus picked.
And how's it doing?
It's only won a single game. So it really isn't a hot hero right now. Let me see. Who won with that game?
Was that a core Magnus? What do we have?
It was, yeah, they're off lanes and mids. So all cores, none of these support Magnuses. And the game that it won was actually E-Home beating Ares on a off-lane Magnus. But completely different draft, completely different style. But yeah, not a lot of Magnus so far in Tour 3 of DPC.
Let's have a look. Liquid already able to get in under the tower. Looking for that board. We'll see with the lane setup, so if we get anything too crazy. Doesn't seem we will.
I've got to say though, the music coming from the draft panel to the cast, that really got me.
I've got some hype.
Got me
stuff,
emotional a little bit. Yeah,
yeah.
I feel like I've ruined the mood now because I was getting all antsy. I need to see an RP
Whoa,
quickly.
There we go.
Just teasing us a bit there.
Very nice. Right, let's have a look at these matchup. I mean, is it mid lane? Storms. This is a lane right where Storm's going to be feeling pretty happy. Can't this get a little bit sad for the Tiny?
It can get a bit sad for Tiny, but the fact that you have such damage advantage, you naturally will CS pretty well. I think the key thing is, where did the denies go? Does Tiny get the level 2 first? Do you have this toss back? Do you have the creeps positioned in a way that when Bat tries to go on top of you, you can just throw him away quickly? Does Bat get flame break level 3 to then do some firefight flame break plays? There's a lot of small mechanical things in this lane to see who actually can just get ahead. And also, how well do the side lanes go? For Liquid, when you're against the Bat mid, you need your side lanes to go well so that the Sky TP or the Venge TP suddenly doesn't lose your side lanes and the Bat's getting kills mid, right? But that's in about 3-4 minutes time. And the lane's kind of difficult for Liquid this time. You've got Bloodseeker into a Magnus. Magnus isn't the best lane pressuring hero, therefore Bloodseeker will thrive. The regen built into Bloodseeker will help offset the nuke and damage of Skyroth Mage. I think Pure's going to have a pretty happy time down here.
And does this sort of just work out better for the lanes for Entity that this time round they've got Katomi playing the Dawn up on the top lane and Fishman's on the Bane instead?
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of moments where Fishman on his Bane can pop off with some big saves, and these Nightmares really going to help them out. But yeah, this top lane. This is, I think, one of the most important lanes for Entity because you expect Bloodseeker to do well. You expect Batrider to do pretty decent. And this top lane, if Enigma can get a quick enough vessel, it's going to just wreak havoc on Liquid. Cancelling Blink Daggers of Magnus, preventing the regen of Matumba Man, and just really allows Enigma to get into the middle of the fight. And a quick assist from Kataomi just going to really just destroy these
bottom lane.
Oh.
So Pure will get run down a bit here. Didn't get caught out by a skewer, it seems, as I was able to drag him back, get a lot of damage in onto him.
Even though we don't... Oh, Fishman actually just steps up into the wave.
Oh, he's looking pretty dead here, surely. Zai stick charges at the ready with the shockwave. Liquid will get first blood.
He tried to stop the pull camp, but something that we didn't get to mention yet is what might allow Magnus to return to meta is just the fact that this die off-lane tower is so close in the lane. And naturally on Magnus, right, you skewer into a... Sorry, shockwave into skewer underneath the tower. It's so easy if you have this pull camp available to get the creeps in a position that you bring the cores underneath the tower. And now with level advantage, they actually do have a little bit of spam coming out. Over time, Bloodseeker will thrive, but this is a nice window for the spells of Mag Sky just to be a nuisance. Fishman probably needs to step up a little bit and take a bit more of this.
Good setup here from Entity. Able to punish Insania. Matches able to get anything in return. Bottom lane Boxy. A safe distance just in time there. Did fall low.
Already the makings of the bloodbath, right? All the side lanes just poking each other a little bit more and more. Matu already with Ring of Health. Not really going to get him out of lane now. Up until, of course, that vessel comes through.
and you're right so far about the mid lane. Mickey is having a very good time. He's actually getting more out of the lane than Stormer, having the lead on the denies, taking that away from the bat. So yeah, no pressure at all felt on Mickey.
Yeah, it's honestly just, does Tiny waste a toss? Does he waste an avalanche to farm? At any point, if he does that, it gives Storm a bit of a threat. But this is what I mentioned about this offlane, right? Just the fact that this tower, it kind of reaches into that offlane. So whenever the creeps are close, quick shockwave into skewer, you can be very aggressive.
It is difficult though, and was quite mana intensive for Liquid to make those moves.
Yeah, that is very true. And they don't have a Basti or any... Sure, they got a stick, the Bloodseeker spam, but okay.
Nice two-man skewer. Fishman's got the brain stab though, and Zai, he'll go down to the blood right. There's Fishman.
The raindrop.
It's going to save him for now. You've popped the salve, he will still die. So Boxy able to take down Fishman in return, but Zai dying in the lane, and Pure, his farm continuing.
Yeah, Liquid, they had a good window of aggression, but unfortunately, that slowly does come to an end. Bane, one of the better supports at being able to take this up. Like, there's so much sustain, right? Bloodseeker, Bane, these heroes, if they just have a brain snap or they kill a creep with the first, very easy for them to keep some regen. Oh, already got the urn. Look at his quick buy. He's like, guys, I'm just rushing this vessel. There's like nothing else he really needs to buy.
See over in the mid. Rotation came in from Boxy.
Big
Mickey, they're able to take Stormer down. So not only just a good lane for Mickey, but on top of that, being able to take out Stormer, he's off to a flying start.
That's, yeah, really important. You get the pick off pre 6-minute rune as well. So Mickey is going to be able to kill off his catapult wave. He gets a kill on the mid lane. He's going to be able to then set up and check the ward. He already has a river ward, so he's going to know which rune it is. He's going to push this lane in now so that he's able to contest the rune for free. But yeah, Entity
They've got both heroes here.
Exactly.
Ready to help out for the power rune, and it is going to be on the bottom in this room that Mickey won't be able to get to in time. Entity making sure that the lane doesn't fall into a tougher position for Storm and making sure they focus around the power rune spawn.
Yeah, that was really important. The way that Liquid set that up, or at least Mickey was setting up his lane, if Entity didn't bring the supports, it would have been a disaster for Storm there. And now look at the damage there. This Batrider, he doesn't really want to get on top of this Tiny. Sure, you might do some damage over time, but the quick, the Ava, the toss into a couple tree grab, it's going to be difficult.
You'll see bottom Pure. He's hit the 6 and he's ready to try and make this rupture move onto Zai under the tab. Zai's got the skewer slow shockwave as well. Pure won't be able to continue diving to finish Zai off. And in fact, Pure himself could be in trouble as the damage will chase him down. Liquid, they'll be able to take out both heroes on the bottom lane. Zai and Boxy holding the tier 1 defense. Top lane Stormer coming with the rotation, but the sentry's down. So the Invis is only going to provide him so much safety. He'll have to Firefly out to the side here. As Liquid, they may lose Insania, but Match is going to have to set up to take down Katsuomi in return. And now Mickey turning up. Stormer's got to get out of here.
He's going to be able to Firefly away. With the Wild Ring, really wanted to kind of throw him back into the fight, but I love that play from Zion Bot.
Oh,
he's just going to throw!
I mean, I guess, did he just expect that Mickey wouldn't wait around like that? I mean, he knew that Mickey had headed up there, right?
I think, yeah.
He just thought Mickey was on his way back to mid?
I think he assumed he walked through the river back to the top rune.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Mickey's he's gonna be over the moon with that one there. A lovely little solo kill to find with Stormer walking straight up into him.
With so many fights breaking out, we didn't get to just... Again, I just want to mention Zai in bot. He gets ruptured up, the discipline waiting, then he uses the skewer max range after the rupture ends to then drag them away. In doing so, killing off the bait. Yeah, just really nice smaller plays coming out. Liquid breaking down the map quite nicely.
He's ready to continue these moves here, straight down towards the bottom. He's looking for Pure. Magic Missile set up into the Shockwave RP. They'll keep Pure locked down. He'll try and run him with the stick charge. He'll have a bit of a chance, but the skewer's there.
One more spell.
It's going to have Shockwave. He hasn't got mana for it. So Pure...
Do they have wave?
It's going to have
wave in one.
Magic Missile's back up, so they will be able to find him. Pure can't escape. And in fact, Mickey might get the chance for more here. Katsuomi should be all right, though. Yeah, Avalanche used, but the toss wasn't quite at the ready. So Mickey already starting to make these moves, shaking up this early game and looking pretty good. 2-0-2 on the mid-tiny.
Incredibly active. And look at his quick buy. We're seeing this kind of adaptation from these mid-tinies. Some people love brushing the blink. They want to take a fight, but we're seeing more Tinys now go for the Echo Saber. You pick up the Echo quite early on. You farm a bit more intensively. If you make the movements and read the map well, you don't need the blink dagger to initiate. Just positioning and reading the map can help you, and it allows you to scale better into the game. You still get the blink, let's say 3-4 minutes later, and it means that you're not going to just suddenly fall off.
See rotation from Pure. He's back in the game. He's going to look to try and make a move onto Matumba map. And they'll use the black hole. They'll drop everything here to try and take him down. But the Ancient Steel Silence does come in, and Matu, who's still alive, finally falls. But the damage has been done in return. Entity, they'll lose 2 heroes for that move.
So much damage coming out from Liquid. Sure, you get the lockdown onto the Bristleback, but you're ganking him with a Dawn and a Bloodseeker. Early on, these heroes, they don't really do the damage. And
might be able to get more out of this.
they're going to get more.
He's ready to join in, and we'll get hold back by the Nightmare, but quickly able to take it off him to make sure that Mickey still has the space to move in and take down another kill.
My God, Mickey is just popping off in this game. 3-0-2, minute 9. Pretty, I mean, an opponent and a bit away from Echo Saber.
And it's going to mean that the game's in a state which will be very difficult, right, for Stormer to sort of have the moves that he wants to do. He's going to have the bots done soon, but just the knowledge that wherever he turns up into these side lanes, there's a high chance that Mickey's going to be there ready to respond. And, against this Tiny, these early moves are not easy for the Bat to make. Yeah,
Bat's the type of hero that you want to bring heroes to your lane. You want to force the map to be super small because Liquid's reacting. And in doing so, your side lanes do really well. So then when you buy your bots, your side lanes have gone so well due to the time that you've bought that then you're offsetting that and just winning everything, basically. Batrider is one of these best heroes at the game. It's like a Timbersaw, right? Timbersaw, you normally win your lane. Heroes come to deal with you. In doing so, the rest of your cores do well. So when Timber and the other core sync up, it's naturally just going to be overwhelming. And that's not really going to happen in this game right now, just because how well I think Boxy and Mickey, the partnership of the Sky Tiny, has really broken down the map. And we got to see the highlight. Look how many quills just bursting throughout this.
Yeah, just so much damage. And of course, Entity having to commit both ultimates there, the Rupture and the Black Hole, to have a chance of killing Matu. And you very much see that in Pure's face that it doesn't really feel worth it when you're committing so much for that move and you're losing heroes in return. It's not quite the move they need to shake themselves back into this game.
Yeah, Matu farming a couple of stacks. And this is going to be a really disgusting timing, right? When you have just the natural Venge aura, the minus armor from the Venge, you have the Empower of the Magnus, the initiation of the Tiny, and then Bristleback behind that with some Ags Vanguard. Think about that with an Aegis on top. Like, they're going to be slapping so hard in some of these fights. Entity, they need to recover. They need to find something to get themselves into this game. Right now, it's slowly slipping away with their inability to really do any damage. Sure, that fully changes with Bloodseeker having Maelstrom BKB Shard, Enigma Blink BKB. Items are Entity's best friend right now because their draft doesn't allow them to really pack a punch after the lanes didn't go so well.
I'll be able to get the tower trade here. Toby with that pressure top. Able to finish off the tier 1. Getting himself closer and closer towards the Vestal Gold.
Yeah. Gonna pick up the VIP booster now, but he needs to get a kill ideally, get some charges, then complete the Vessel and look to join his team.
And Liquid straight away looking for a move off the back of taking the tier 1 bottom. 3-man smoke.
Anyone they find is going to die at this point in the game. Magic Missile into Mystic Flare.
Or swap into RP.
Swap into RP, yeah. Plenty of things. Find the kills.
Not the biggest, but they'll take it. Fishman shows in the mid.
They just have so much cheap damage, right? When you think about Venge Sky support, sure, it doesn't feel like the most robust lineup, but if you're in the lead, you have the vision, you're running around the map, just point and click, right? See hero, use spell, get kill. This is the best window in the game for these supports to really thrive and enjoy. This high-paced player. And Zion is Magnus. He's not farming up. He's not waiting. Joining his team, sweeping across the map, really putting the pressure on Entity here. And Stormstorm, like at this point, the Bat wants to be in the middle of the fight, just being annoying, but he can't. If he ever steps up, he's just going to die.
Yeah, there's so much that they'll be ready to throw at him if he tries to charge in. And of course, the Venge in particular just making everything so much more complex for these heroes that want to go in with the ultimates, the black holes, the lassos. If this Insania Venge is in position, he'll be ready with a swap. And suddenly things become a little bit awkward when you're Entity and you're trying to make that sort of initiation.
But also, this is the type of lineup, the Liquid, they can get a little bit carried away potentially, right? You initiate poorly, the Solar Guardian from Dawnbreaker, Entity, clearly they're biding their time waiting for the BKBs. Bloodseeker and Bat both trying to get one out. soon. And once that comes into play, that will probably change the script a little bit of the game. So it's more eyes on Liquid to try and get a lead. As the net worth is kind of bouncing between both of the teams.
Money is close. Split a little more evenly amongst the cores of Entity, whereas with Liquid, much more top-heavy here in the hands of Matuma Bristol. But that money's certainly going to a good place. It's 500 off having the full Aghanims. As Liquid, I'll push for another tower, and once again, Entity not quite in shape to defend, so that will be a second tier 1 taken.
And look at Mickey's net worth. Because he went for Echo, not Blink, he's not forcing himself to join these fights. He's not demanding, guys, we've got to smoke with this guy. We need to have a toss into Mystic Flare. No, he just picked up Echo, he pushes out mid, he farms his small camp. Sure, in these scenarios, some people might get picked off a couple times doing it, not going for kills, but right now, just a super fluid game from him.
Fishman, he's going to be found just in time there by Instania. He's got the Nightmare, so should be able to run.
Oh, Tumblr's boy.
We'll have to take the walk back home now with the TP on cooldown. Actually, but Mickey's coming in with a haste rune. So there won't be any walking away for this Bane. Mickey just runs him down, picks up another kill.
Avatos into not even looking. Doesn't even look at the explosion of Bane dying. Just runs away with that haste deeper into the jungle. Look at the positioning of Entity. Minute 14. Everyone's hugging a tier 2 tower right now.
Yeah,
Bloodseeker's retreating from the dire jungle.
We'll see it again.
Okay, just look at the minimap in this highlight, right? Everyone's kind of pushed up farming the lane. As soon as you see Tiny run down, everyone's just... Look how scared they are. So difficult for them to get onto the map. Can Entity farm BKBs before Liquid go Roshan? That's the real question.
I mean, and now they're going to be prepared for the next move the Liquid's to make. As Zai, Blink Dagger's out. This is towards him on the courier, and Matu has the full Aghanim. So the fight that Liquid's going to be bringing next time round is going to be difficult for Entity to deal with if Liquid get the jump.
Entity have not been able to have any forward aggression. At this point in the game with their draft, you would have expected maybe some aggressive jungling of Enigma, some Batrider plays of Solar Guardian to cover. But
they're going to try now.
They need to try something.
See what they can find.
They have the vessel, but no charges. They need to find a quick pick into then hopefully looking for the secondary fight.
I mean, finding Zai would be great, but Zai, quick with the Blink Dagger, he's away. Entity, they won't be able to catch him by surprise. And
this hurts. This hurts so much. And now back to farming. The team right now, they're probably in the comms like, guys, all right, just, okay, get the BKBs. Wait for Roshan. Make sure, don't allow them to sneak a Roshan. It's going to go down quick with the goo, with the minus armor, with the empower of Liquid. If they get into Roshan uncontested for 15-20 seconds, it's going to fall quite quick.
Yeah, it's a scary time now for Entity. There's a blink on Mickey, blink on Zai, Aghanims on Matuma, and also an arcane rune in the bottom of Mickey. So Liquid, they've got a lot of tools to fight with. Entity, ideally, they lose the support here. Fishman tanks this movement. They're going to be happy. It's the best of a bad situation. And indeed, Fishman will be found. And that means the info's there for the rest of Entity to safely get themselves away from Liquid.
Yeah, both teams done a really good job of just breaking the smokes and reading each other's movements. If either team is successful with a smoke, it'll give themselves some entry into the game. For Entity, it's about recovering, accelerating the farm to BKBs into entering some of these better team fights. And for Liquid, they need to find a good key pickoff to unlock some aggression, to unlock Roshan. You love to see how when the smokes don't connect. So much discipline from teams not to fall victim to it. And look at them. Look at this sea of sentries from Liquid. Straight down the center of the map. It's just oof, no vision for you. Kataomi, he does get picked up eventually.
Yeah, they'll head back for a killer Liquid. Looks like they don't want to be in a rush to push the tier 2 bottom. They're more than happy to just try and back up, split up. Make sure that Entity don't feel that they have sort of the safe area in Liquid's jungle to enter and find farm. There's Matu and Zai still hovering around the bottom. Zai teasing with the ability to set up onto Stormstormer, but wasn't quite in range for a potential RP, so holds off for it for now. See, in fact, over to the side, the chase. Stania with the swap in to close the gap with the Magic Missile. They need a bit more, though, to be able to take him down. Great toss and Avalanche. We'll see the counterplay coming with the heals from the Solar Guardian, and that will allow the space for Pure to back off. And Stania now the one in trouble as he's been ruptured. Kataomi takes him out with the Starbreaker. A good reaction there from Entity, keeping Pure alive, keeping their carry safe. Kataomi will get jumped back upon now, the Nightmare, to hold back the Matu, and in fact with the Fiend Script that we have to lock down the two of them momentarily, make sure the Kataomi has the space to back off. Fishman, he will pay for this though. Matu's in on top of him. They take down the Bane.
There you go.
Yeah, so close to the BKB's Entity. They didn't want to force this. Batrider about to complete his Bloodseeker in the top side of the jungle. Looking at the fight like, nah, lad, sorry, mate. 600 gold away. That entire fight started by Venge going for initiation. Sky actually had cooldown on his Mystic Flare. Would have led to a death, but used it prior.
And what do you sort of feel the plan is for Entity with regards to being able to deal with Matu Bristleback? You know, he's already having a great game. He's incredibly farmed. Are we just going to sort of see the Silver Edge come out anytime soon? I mean, it doesn't look like it for Pure. He's going to go for the BKB into the Basher. How are they going to be able to kill this Bristle?
I think, well, Entity, they already have some natural answers, right? You've got the Rupture to keep him in place so he doesn't walk around.
Okay.
You have the Nightmare into then a Fiend's Grip if you can keep that going. The Lasso, even a Black Hole. There's a lot of ways Entity can just keep the Bristleback idle from just clicking using spells, getting those cool stacks out there. It's just, can they get the fight in such a way that they can keep the Bristle idle whilst killing off everyone else? Bloodseeker is one of the better heroes in the game by ping-pong around the map, you know, getting the quick kills, running around, getting the clicks off, but still a couple items away from that happening. I think if you're Liquid, you are slightly nervous about how do we take the fight into the double BKB, the triple BKB timing that Entity will eventually have. And you see Liquid, they've respected Entity's damage around kind of localized areas because they haven't rushed to the pit yet. If they go to the pit, they're going to be playing into Flame Break spam from Batrider, Midnight Pulse, even Blood Rights. I would like to see Liquid maybe look towards getting Roshan pre-BKBs, but that's only, you know, a minute or two away for Entity.
We'll see what they can do here, Entity. Blink Daggers on the way out here for Toby. So they've got the Blink on the Enigma, the BKB. For Stormer. Pure. Only 100 off his BKB, so good timings now for Entity to try and make a move themselves. Pure's ready to head over and join them. See a smoke here from Entity.
And Liquid read this on the map. The lanes are in a pretty good spot for Entity. Heavily pushed up in top and bot lane. Mid already pushed in, so creeps aren't really given much information for Liquid in regards to where Entity's positioned. Yeah, Liquid retreating to their own triangle.
Being very careful about how they approach the high ground, but as it is, Liquid, they're elsewhere right now. See who shows first. Zai on the low ground.
They have the high ground ward. They see Zai there. Oh, Zai moving back away.
Just in time as well. They may have seen a chance to jump him.
Neither team had scan in this engagement. At such a pivotal moment, 21 minutes in, having access to scan really would have helped here.
Now Matu, he's going to be one that charges up here. Now, this is not an easy hero for Entity to really deal with. It's the RPU straight away from Zai to waste the duration of the BKB from Stormer. He'll still try to push forward Stormer, but he has to be a bit careful with BKB coming in. An instant swap there to break Stormer away from Zai. Stormer tried to go in with the lasso. It's 2 dead on Entity. The avalanche from Mickey catching Stormer. Tossed as well from the high ground. 3 dead on Entity as Liquid. They were prepared.
Yeah, just a slow walk down, honestly. Entity, they half positioned themselves in this in the dire jungle, but in doing so, they didn't really have much entry to the fight, right?
Very good sort of control of just dealing with what Stormer wanted to be able to do there, and finding the opportunity to try and go in with the BKB after, you know, Matu sort of forces him to react as he chases him down, and then bam, RP wastes a good few seconds of the BKB, and as soon as that lasso comes out, Insania's on top of making sure there's no chance for them to have any sort of opportunity to kill Zai off, despite getting incredibly low on the Magnus.
They also used quite a lot on the Magnus, right? They used the Rupture.
Yeah. He's been found here. He's going to have the heals coming in, but his BKB, of course, still on cooldown. He'll try for the TP out, but the physical damage is there. That's Pure out for 50.
I love that play as well from Meke. Toss him outside of that Solar Guardian, prevent the heal and the evasion. Get the fight going.
Now, Liquid ramping up now to only to 7k lead. Entity struggles for sure. Toby has got the black hole if he sees a chance to go for it, but it's so hard with the amount of ways that Liquid have to put a stop to it. As Mickey continues to pick up the kills, they're in with the stun. The Mystic Flare down onto Stormer. 22 minutes in. Without a doubt, it does feel this game too, it's going to be even harder than game 1 was, where we saw Entity try their best to hold on. Couldn't, of course, quite pull it around and turn it around.
I mean, it's so hard to play this game, right? Entity, Enigma and Bane, to use their key spells, they have to stand still.
Now check this out again here. Yep. That move, as you said, they were ready to deal with the backup of a Dawnbreaker.
Look at the little toss back here. Tosses him back. In principle, it was a little bit, you know, It was only maybe like a second or so, but still, just the idea, the concept, the constant thinking of these pickoffs and plays. But no, for Entity, like this Bane, the Enigma, they stand still to try and use some of their big spells, be it the Grip, be it the Black Hole. Tiny just instantly blinking in. He's so far ahead. About to hit level 18. He has the Axe as well. So he can blink, Avatos, throw a volley of treason. These heroes are dying so quickly. Entity, they've not been able to, at any point in this game, utilize their heroes to be aggressive, to take the fight to Liquid. Yeah, Liquid just playing a beautiful game so far.
And now Zai with the Lotus Orb is going to make things a little more complicated as well, especially for these heroes that want to drop these BKB piercing single target ults out, the Ruptures and the Fiend's Grip. If Zai's quick with the Lotus, it's going to put a stop to that sort of play in the mid. Zai, it's going to get the jump in. The RP, and the damage there for the trees that Mickey has coming in from the sidelines with that Aghanims. The Stormstormer goes down pure, he's dead as well.
All right, hold up. Look at the damage of the Tiny right now, okay? Empowered, DD.
Those trees hurt.
Those trees really fucking hurt. What do you mean?
See, we get a replay of that one. I mean, just disintegrating there to this entire forest, chucked at him.
Oh, man. We've been mentioning the Empower on the Bros about this entire time, but yeah, we completely forgot to mention the Empowered Tiny plus Venge. This is the hidden combo, of course. Look how quickly the base falls. Yeah, I want to... Oh, man, I'm just...
How do you
if we could just zoom in.
I don't know how you're surviving through that. I mean, of course, he's going to be picking up the Daedalus as well next, Mickey, if the game goes on that much.
I don't think anyone can.
Making sure that he's ready to just delete heroes with these trees that are going to come flying at them.
Look. Oh, God, that is some godly numbers.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Both Bristle and Tiny, at some point in the game, can hit for like 700 each. A pop. That is filth. Entity just don't have the damage at all to deal with these two Titans. Oh, here we go. So a little RP. Zai's like, you got him, boss? Yep.
Here come the trees.
Bam!
Look at that. The Stormstormer just disappears. 3 hits there. 3 trees, that's all it takes. 3 trees and the bat's gone.
God. Just imagine, yeah, he's got the Daedalus. Get a Daedalus on top of that. You know what, Mickey? You've been playing so well. Treat yourself. Get a Rapier too. Why not? It's been so long since we've seen Tiny with an Ag, but this really is the lineup to utilize it. Are there enough trees on the map, though?
I mean, and that's going to be a step up in the damage as well, right, when he hits the 20.
Oh, no.
That's a 40% increase, right?
That's a lot of damage.
And getting his right-click damage up, of course, that's going to make the trees hurt even more. So you thought you saw big numbers there, you're going to see even bigger ones.
How do you stop this? The Lotus Orb on the Bristleback, you can't lasso him, you can't rupture him. Currently, the Black Hole, you still need BKB, you need Lincoln, we mentioned that during the draft panel. Like this, Enigma unable to really play Dota right now because of the Venge, because of the Ancient Steel with the Sky.
Hard. I feel like, in the last game when Entity was behind, it was sort of possible to sort of theory craft these sort of perfect situations in which they could hit Liquid with a team fight that Liquid's unlikely to find answers for. This time around, it's very hard to even think of the scenarios in which Entity's going to be able to take a team fight against this.
Yeah, 100%. It's so much more difficult this time for Entity. They don't have that innate way to force Liquid into an opportunity where Black Hole feels good. Just you see from the discipline of Zai in this game as well, putting the Lotus Orb, sitting at distance, hugging the trees, breaking the smokes. And Liquid really just not messing around in this game.
And they're ready to dive the base. Zai just goes straight up there, tears Kataomi outside of the base. And Pure stepping up. There's going to be a blink up here ready in a minute. We'll be able to find on the back lines here, Boxy. With the grip. Ooh, okay. There from Zai, but it might not matter. Matu charging in with the BKB, running down Stormstorm. We'll see the double buyback coming out from Entity. Matu, I don't think he's going to be scared of this at all. The trees are coming in. Here comes the trees. Matu with a triple with an ultra. It's over. GG. Too much physical damage from Liquid's line at that point. They just tear through them all.